EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Superdome here in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. With a chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57, we are underway now in the NFC Championship. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Off play action, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. From the 50, here's Fields. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On second down, Montgomery. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Here's Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Here we go on fourth down. Fields. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. There's Chris Olave. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
That's good for the Saints. First down.
Winston now to throw on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw it through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. Oh, the Bears break through, and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Bears have struck first in this NFC title game. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Saints, nothing. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. It's a room to maneuver. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Wilmots to kick off for New Orleans.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And firing a deep ball for Komet. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. 13 yards remaining on second down. Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34. Throwing on third down. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
Montgomery. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Once more, Montgomery. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Third and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game. Fields. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Pulls it in at the 13, and he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Thomas, the man in motion left. Jameis to throw it. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, Winston. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
He was brought down by his own Presbyterian. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll try to throw now. Winston. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Saints have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. This time, the extra point up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Fields going to keep it once more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, Winston. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Winston. This one taken in by Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw again. Winston. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Jameis now on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Jameis again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 18 on the play.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Throwing, Winston. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there as the 1st half is winding down. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this 1st half.
And I'm reminded that they get the 2nd half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Saints take over first down 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So good coverage there defensively, as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the third.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Play action. It's Fields. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's third and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun, here's Fields. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Joey Bosa drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be fourth and long. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Caleb Chason picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They cut him up back-to-back plays, breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Camara. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From his goal line here, Fields. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now it's Fields. And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game.
Well, it's pretty evident that's not the way you want to try to establish momentum ahead of a possible 4th quarter comeback because you needed points there, at least something to build on for your next series. That was neither. Instead, it's a huge play for a defense that now has no doubt it can finish this game off.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense just added 2 more onto their lead, and now they'll see what they can do here offensively as they get it back following the free kick. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down, Camara. 104 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he goes over the century mark with the AFC title on the line.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter. This possession, gigantic. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Our play fake, now Fields to throw. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So the 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Off play action, Fields.
Looking downfield for Jones.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
Picked off by Justin Evans. And just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And as a running back, you've got to be saying, where did he come from? He covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time. and he was able to stop his man before he got back to the line of scrimmage.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
Will Lutz on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40.
Intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.
The Saints are the champions of the NFC. As we say thank you for watching, and good night, everybody.